In this episode, we conclude our quest for the perfect season in the PFL. With one match remaining, we have 23 wins, 0 draws, and 0 losses. We are going for the perfect season. We are looking to finish on 72 points and do what no club in the Philippines has ever done before. We've already set a number of records this season. We're going to be the team that has won the PFL the most times. We're going for the most points in a season. We're going for the fewest league defeats in a season, as well as a number of individual player records. We also have most team goals. I just saw that as well. But we're also going for a number of individual player records. In particular, we're going for most overall goals in a season and potentially the most player of the match awards in the season. Currently 7 and 28. Currently, for goals in a season, Frederick Bayon has cooled off just a little bit. He has 25 goals this season, but it wouldn't be impossible for him to score 3 or 4 goals to potentially tie or break that record. We would love to see it. The other player is Jesus Mendoza. If he gets a player of the match award in the final match of the season, he will break the player of the match record. Additionally, Kenshiro Daniels with 15 assists has already broken the most assists record. And unfortunately, Julian Schwarzer is 2 shutouts away from the shutout record, so it won't be possible for him to break it. But we have a number of attacking records in goals, player of the match, and assists that will be, hopefully, or already have been set. We are playing DHC in the final match of the season. Real quick, DHC currently sit in 5th place. This is a match we should absolutely win at home. This is the team that's going out there to do what we need to do to complete the journey that we started at the beginning of this season. We wanted to go undefeated. We've done that and more. And this is the team that is looking to finish the job. Also, as a random aside, before we get into the match, which we are about to do, I am filming this episode on the opening ceremony day for the Paris 2024 Olympics. I have to say it was hugely awesome to see 22 athletes from the Philippines going to represent our country at the highest level. So hopefully they do well. Hopefully by the time that you all see this, our athletes have done amazingly well, and it's super cool to see them representing the Philippines on the biggest stage. So I'm excited to see how they're going to do. But with that, hopefully they're doing well, and hopefully we're going to do well in this match. I'm going to go into the match. We're going to play DHC in the final match of the season. Let's finish what we started. Well, in absolutely emphatic fashion, we have done it. 24 wins, 0 draws, 0 losses. We have completed the perfect season in the Philippines. At this point, we have accomplished everything we can in Filipino football. Of course, there is still one more match left for this episode. We still have to play the PFL Cup final in 2 weeks, which we will do. But if we can complete that, if we can win the PFL Cup, we'll have completed the perfect domestic season going undefeated, breaking all the records, 115 goals, 16 goals allowed, 99 goal differential. I mean, we averaged over 4 goals a game. I mean, that's insane. Perfect season. We've broken all the records. Looking at the records here, we will have most times won, most points in a season. We have the most league wins in a season now. I mean, going all the way down. Most matches won in a row, most matches without losing, most team goals. I mean, we've done it all. Unfortunately, we weren't quite good enough to break the player of the match awards and overall goals in a season. Frederick Bayon one short of the 28 goals by Kurt Dazon, and Jesus Mendoza could only tie what he did in the 24-25 season. But honestly, still an absolutely fantastic season, even without those records. Once things tick over, though, we should see the most assists and the highest average rating. Conchero Daniels with an 8.01 average rating should be a new record, and of course his 16 assists should be a new record as well. And looking at our squad, like just looking at the overall stats here, this is the overall stats for the season. This is phenomenal. Like, I've never seen a season like this for any of at all this save. Frederick Bayon, 33 overall goals, 6 assists. Jesus Mendoza, 24 overall goals, 14 assists. Conchero Daniels, 16 goals, 17 assists. Garotzategui, 15 goals, 20 assists. Tony with 14 goals. Lawali and Yuslan each with 14 assists. Kainoa Bailey, 8 goals and 7 assists. Just absolutely phenomenal seasons all around. Despite being our top scorer, unfortunately, this will be it for us with Frederick Bayon at Mendiola FC. He is on loan from a team in Spain. We are going to miss those 27 goals he scored in the league this season and that incredible 7.94 overall rating. But we have been a nice part of his development this season. He's got a few upward arrows now. He had a lot more throughout the season. He's definitely gotten better. But he will be going back to his parent club where he will hopefully go on to do bigger and better things. But he already has 8 caps and 11 goals for the Philippines national team. For us this season, he was absolutely phenomenal. He's going to continue to be a mainstay of this save for the Philippines national team. But he's going to go back to his parent club. He will go on to bigger and better things, but what an absolute honor it was to have Frederick Bayon in the team this year. We are going to miss him dearly. That all being said, we will continue to look forward to next season as we get there. But in the meantime, we have 2 weeks before we get to the PFL Cup final against Global. I'm going to move forward to that match in 2 weeks. And I will see you all for our last match of this season. All right, we are forward 2 weeks. We are here for the PFL Cup final. For one last time this season, we are breaking out the 4-2-4. And for the last time in this save, we're going to see Frederick Bayon in a Mendiola FC jersey. So we are going to savor this moment. But today we take on Global to complete the perfect domestic season. This is the squad that's going to be doing it. The biggest change is that Josue comes in because Yuslan is injured. You'll also note when we get there, looking on the bench here, we have a new player on the bench, but I'm going to save it for our transfer special going forward. But this is a good player. He might get on the pitch today, which is why I wanted to introduce him. He's a very good player, but I'll save it for the transfer special. But this is the team one last time this season. Let's see our boys win a trophy. Mendiola versus Global. I will see you all in the match. All right, one last time this season. Terrence Linatuk, our former player, gets things underway for Global. And they will take on Mendiola. Let's go. Let's win another PFL Cup. I believe this would make it 3 years in a row if we can do it today. Actually, it might only be 2 years in a row now that I'm thinking about it. I can't remember. With that being said, the ball is played forward into Bayon. He carries it forward to Jesus Mendoza, and it is out wide to Garotzategui. Garotzategui beating his man. Get the cross, and Jesus Mendoza is right there. But it goes to Martin Josue, and it's a good save by Matthew. It goes out for a corner. They've worked the ball around quite nicely here. It goes into the box Ayub winning it well, but it will still be an opportunity for Global here. It's played back to Lobaton. It's into the back post to Clemente. Oh, all right. This is the moment. Let's counter here. They have people forward. This is going to be our time to shine. Grotzategi can play it into the middle here, or can just keep. Wow, he kept going on the outside. Frederick Bayon, and his final match of the season for Mendiola. Frederick Bayon gives us the lead in the PFL Cup final. Grotzategi picking the ball up miles from goal, absolutely miles. Going all the way down, he finds Frederick Bayon. Oh, we lead 1-0. This has been a crazy episode, starting off with an 8-0 win. Frederick Bayon getting on the score sheet so that we lead 1-0 in the PFL Cup final. And we can extend it here. Julian Schwarzer playing it forward. Let's win the second ball here. Ayub winning the second ball. We can work it down now. Zubizarreta playing it forward. It's knocked down well to Jesus Mendoza. We just got to find the killer through ball. We just need to get it behind here. That's the ball in behind. Frederick Bayon. Is he on sides? And he is on sides. Frederick Bayon with a brace in the PFL Cup final. What an amazing season he's having. Kenshiro Daniels with the pass, Bayon with the goal. And we are looking to win this in the air again. Lawali winning it in the air. He finds Frederick Bayon. What a ball into Mendoza. What a shot off the bar. We're having an amazing start to this match. Bayon winning it well. That's exactly what we want to see from our forward players. Well done. Lawali carrying the ball forward. And he can just go all the way. He finds Kenshiro Daniels. Can Kenshiro Daniels find the right ball? That's a great ball in. How has Holloway missed that? I don't think Global have had a highlight at all. It has been all us. Unsurprisingly, we're the better team. We should be winning this. Mendoza gets in behind. Mendoza shoots. Mendoza scores. Jesus Mendoza and Frederick Bayon have been the striking partnership of this entire save. 3-0. I mean, it's just highlight after highlight. There have just been so many highlights. Kenshiro Daniels taking it around the outside now. What a player he is, too. One of our goats. Lawali, Mendoza, and it's off the bar. Kenshiro Daniels finds the back of the net, though. His 17th goal of the season. All of our forward players getting involved. Grotzategi as a playmaker. Daniels, Bayon, and Mendoza as goal scorers. 4-0. Oh, a little chance for Global here, potentially. They might be out. Song Ji-han, one of our former players here, getting out wide to Badia. They could get on the score sheet here. Badia's just walking his way in. That was such a weird goal. But Terrence took a player who we let go, finding the back of the net. I am happy for him. 4-1. And that is, in fact, halftime. We lead 4-1. We're dominating this game. There's not much to say here. Bayon with 2, Mendoza and Daniels getting on the score sheet. We are very happy. We're going to tell them as such. We are finishing this season on a high as Bayon gets us started. This is our last 45 minutes with Frederick Bayon. I would love to see him get another goal. Let's make this count. Martin with the throw here. He finds Jesus Mendoza. That's a great ball down the line to Grotzategi. Back post. Kenshiro Daniels doesn't quite get his head to it, but he'll recycle the ball. He finds Ayub back to Daniels. What good play. What good play. Kenshiro Daniels with his second goal of the game. Absolutely brilliant play between Ayub and Daniels. Grotzategi playing the ball into the box. He looks for Frederick Bayon. Bayon unable to win it, but it falls to Grotzategi again. That's a good ball into Daniels. Daniels shoots. One of Daniels or Bayon needs to get this hat trick. Martin with the throw here as we wind down to the last 5 minutes. Can Daniels get the final goal? Daniels gets the hattie. A PFL Cup final hat trick from Kenshiro Daniels. And we lead 6-1. Tony, who just comes on, what a great ball in. And there it is. A PFL Cup final hat trick. We got to be coming into our last opportunities of the game. Kenshiro Daniels swinging it in. It finds Zubizarreta. Grotzategi at the edge of the box. Grotzategi shoots, and it's just over. And this surely is the last highlight of the game. Surely it's the last highlight. Albino playing it forward. Frederick Bayon! Frederick Bion, you had the chance. That could have been the hat trick. I want him to get it so badly. We are the winners of the PFL Cup as our players go up. We at least get a trophy. Presentation now. Mendiola 6, Global 1. And we are the PFL Cup champions again. And here we go to lift it for confetti to rain from the sky. I never get tired of this animation. It's always fun to see us lift a trophy. But there we are, players with the winning the PFL Cup, lifting the trophy. Confetti does in fact fall from the sky. And we have completed a perfect domestic season. Well, that concludes our season. I've gone forward to the end of season review, but we've done the League and Cup double once again. We are the winners of the PFL League Cup. We are the winners of the PFL. And it's nice to win the cup competition again. That makes us the winningest club ever of this competition. And that means we've won it for the third time in the past 4 years. Our first time ever winning it back to back, though, which is an achievement. Even if it's not a huge achievement, it's an achievement nonetheless. So it is nice to win that. I think we've also set some records along the way. We have the most matches won in a row at this point, the most matches without losing. We got the most team goals this season. Obviously, we've won it for the most times. So we've set a few records along the way there. I've mentioned it a few times throughout this episode, but now that the PFL has drawn to a close, we do see that we have won it the most times now. We got the most points in a season, which is the most points you can have. Of course, the most league wins in a season as well. So we have broken a number of records along the way. We also got the biggest win this season. That's cool. Most matches won in a row, which is cool. Most matches without losing, most matches without conceding, most team goals. Kenshiro Daniels getting the most assists by a player in the season. Nelson Gossick in a previous season having the most shutouts. Kenshiro Daniels having the highest average rating. They've actually given the most player of the match awards in a season to Jesus Mendoza. That has actually surprised me. I wasn't expecting to see that. Other random records we have is oldest player for Idris back in season 1, I believe. Verheye having the fastest goal. We have the youngest goal scorer and oldest goal scorer as well. We have almost all of the records in the PFL. We've had such a good season. One final look at how all of our players have done. 35 goals for Bayan, 25 for Mendoza, 19 for Gorotsetegi, 19 for Daniels, 15 for Gorotsetegi, 14 for Tony, as well as a number of assists. We really are going to miss Frederick Bayan's goals. But before going further, this is what I came back for, the end of season review for the 27-28 season. The new arrivals, naturally, Frederick Bayan and Kenshiro Daniels were the guys. A+. Why is the board disappointed with the deal to get Kenshiro Daniels? He was brilliant this season. Absolutely brilliant. But A+ all around. Bayan was the signing of the season. Looking at the season's results, I mean, we won 24 matches. We were undefeated, winning every match. I mean, the 10-1 win over ADT there, and the 10-1 win over ADT there being the real highlights of the season. The 8-0 win, also a nice moment. Moments to remember. Biggest win was one of those 10-1 victories. The match to remember was apparently a 5-0 victory over United City. The goal of the season was a fair one from Tony, apparently. Looking at our finances, we actually had less. How did we get less competition prize money than last season? We were in the Champions League. Maybe the Champions League hasn't ended yet, so we might not have all the TV money, so that might explain that. Otherwise, improvements in sponsorships, way improvements in broadcast revenue, nice improvement in corporate and hospitality, nice match day income. So things getting a lot better there. 424 reflected here. Looking at the accolades, Fans Player of the Season was Kenshiro Daniels. Young Player of the Season was Bayan. Signing of the Season was Kenshiro Daniels. Top Goal Scorer, Gorotsetegi. Most assists overall was Gorotsetegi. Sorry, top goal scorer, Bayan. Player of the Match, Jesus Mendoza. Highest average rating, Jesus Mendoza. Most passes completed was Yuslan. And a number of records were all broken by Frederick Bayan this season. Overall goals with 35. league goals with 27, goals in a match with 4. Most assists in a season was set by Garotzategui, Player of the Match awards by Mendoza, and most league goals by a player was Frederick Bayon. So lots of records there. Looking at our history, nice stuff done there. And finally, our head coach timeline. Oh, I had my 200th match this season. I didn't even realize that. That's cool. But PFL Cup, Invincibles, and a record points haul. That is what we had for this season. And with that, we can conclude this season. This was a big season where we made some strides in the Champions League. We completed the undefeated season. But next season, we will look forward. We'll have a transfer special. We need to improve the squad, improve our Filipino contingent, but just improve the squad in general. Because the next step, I don't know if it'll be next season. I don't think it'll be next season. But a few seasons from now, the next step is going to be getting out of the group stage. But I'm going to conclude things there. There is one last thing we have to do, and that is, for the first time in a while, and for the first time for a Mendiola player, we are going to induct someone into the Hall of Fame. Honestly, it would have been Kenshiro Daniels if he wasn't already in. But we have a player who I've just absolutely loved having this season, and he will be the one inducted into the Hall of Fame. And our newest inductee into the Hall of Fame of Filipino FM saves, with his 35 goals and 27 league goals, and getting a hat trick in the Asian Champions League, as well as a brace in the PFL Cup final. Welcome to be inducted as a goated player into the Hall of Fame. Welcome, Frederick Bayon. And with that induction, that is everything I have for this episode. I hope you all have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the transfer special to start next season. Bye.